Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show, right here on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube. Hello, Papa.
Good afternoon, young man.
How you doing today?
Better than last week.
Well, that's good.
I may not look any better, but I don't have as heavy a load on me to this week as I did last week.
Right, that's true. You had to.
I didn't have to. I was afforded the opportunity to be involved in a wedding.
Exactly. You were the the preacher at the wedding, wasn't you?
Well, you
married them.
You call them the officiant.
That's what you were.
I was an official at the wedding, and they couldn't start it till I got there.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at here. Well, since you just got one announcement, I'll start since I've got a few here. We'll start out with, Saturday, September 26th, Pikeville Volunteer Fire Department, they're going to be selling grilled chicken dinners. It'll be from 4 to 7 p.m. It'll be at the fire hall. You can get, they'll have grilled chicken, choice of 2 sides, a roll, dessert, and drink. And come enjoy the meal. And does it say a price on there, Papa? I think you just
make a donation.
Don't make a donation. I'm
at least
sure.
$10, I guess.
I don't know exactly, but yeah, give them a donation for sure on that. That's on Saturday, September 26th. Once again, from 4 to 7 p.m. Let's see. This one will be tomorrow, radio listeners. The annual Veterans Barbecue. A barbecue dinner will be held tomorrow, September 12th. It'll be served at 6 p.m. It's a special invitation to all the supporters of the Veterans Breakfast to come enjoy the meal too.
Wow.
Cool. I like that.
What's on the menu? Barbecue?
It's a barbecue dinner. Yeah. It does ask to practice social distancing and wear a mask due to COVID-19 concerns.
Not while you're eating.
No, you can't do it while you're eating. No, you can't. Also, Monday, folks, the nursing home board, they're going to have their meeting that they have. I believe it's a monthly meeting. That's going to be Monday, September 14th, 6 p.m. It's going to be in the courtroom at the Buttsville County Courthouse. Now, that's different. They usually don't have the meeting there. But that's where it's going to be this time, Monday, September 14th, guys. It'll be at the courthouse at 6 p.m. And Thursday, September 24th, we've got a volunteer work day out at Fall Creek Falls State Park. It's going to be on Thursday, September 24th from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. This is a joint partnership with BTC Fiber and Fall Creek Falls as they host a Tennessee Serves event constructing picnic tables to be placed at Eli Field Pavilion that can be utilized as an outdoor classroom area.
Wow.
Bring work gloves, and if you have one available, bring a drill. Lunch and drinks will be provided. So check that out on Thursday, September 24th if you want to volunteer out at Fall Creek Falls. It'll be from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. And we've been talking about this one for a while. It's tomorrow. It's the benefit for the, is it Largen family or Largan family? Not really.
I've been saying Largen.
Yeah. I'll go with that. But, the Bluegrass Festival at Namal next week. And we usually have something on that. But yeah, starts next
big
Friday.
Stuff. That's 2 days.
Probably the first one of the season. So yeah, that's going to be a big one. That'll be next weekend. We'll talk more about that, obviously. But anyway, the benefit for the Largen family is tomorrow. It's going to be from 4 to 5 p.m. Food and music. 5 p.m. a live auction.
Now,
and this is going to be held.
It
is. And it's going to be held at the Cold Springs Baptist Church Family Life Center, where you can win one whole beef to be sold in quarters. It's donated by Morris Brothers Stockyard. There's a sale. Well, they have a sale every Monday at 1 p.m. The processing will be by WUAT Slaughterhouse. There's also a cedar gun cabinet that's donated by Freebird Farms. That's also going to be a prize. So
better believe it.
Once again, that's tomorrow. Cold Springs Baptist Church Family Life Center. Now, Papa, you tell us about something at First Southern going on.
I hope I don't win that cabinet because I don't have any guns.
It is a nice cabinet, though, ain't it?
I don't have any guns.
It's nice.
Well, the First Southern Baptist Church, in conjunction with the Chattanooga Food Bank, and the church is located right here on Main Street going through Pikeville. They're hosting next Thursday a free drive-through food pantry.
Yeah.
You just drive through on Thursday beginning at noon, and you may do that until 6 p.m. And the church will distribute the food that is distributed from the Chattanooga Food Bank until all the food is gone.
Exactly.
So it would behoove you to be there as close to noon as you can instead of 6 p.m. as you can.
That's true, because the ones that get there first are going to get the good stuff.
Now well, everything's going to be the same. Each person will get the same allotment.
Oh, okay.
But they will only give the food out as long as each box, as the boxes last. I have no idea how many will be donated.
I think it's a lot.
But here's the guidelines. They want you to spread the word so that needy people will be aware of this offering from the Chattanooga Food Bank through First Southern Baptist Church. Here's the nitty-gritty. You must be a Bledsoe County resident.
That's true.
And I'm sure there needs to be proof of your residence.
Well, if they don't know you,
I mean, you might drive up there and be from Florida and say, I'm a Bledsoean.
Yeah, that's not going to work, no. That won't work.
The number to call, the church number is 447-2849. Or you may also reach someone at the church by dialing 315-6531. 315-6531.
Yeah, I think that's going to be Jane.
This is coming up a week from yesterday, September the 17th.
Yep.
Good deal.
It is, and they done this a couple of years ago too, Papa. First Southern.
Well, I'm a member, so you can say...
you guys, yes. I mean, it was done a couple years ago.
We did.
I remember that. I guess it was maybe 2 years ago. And, they did good then.
We work closely with the Chattanooga Food Bank. We work closely with the Bloodmobile. It gives people a central location right here in the middle of Pikeville, right on Main Street. Yeah. And our facilities are such that we can handle large crowds.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely.
We voted last Wednesday night in business meeting to do some repaving around the church. Which really needs to be done.
Well, now it's going to get done. That's good, Papa.
We voted to do it.
Well, good. I think that's all of our announcements. We want to congratulate the Bledsoe County Warrior football team, though, for being undefeated so far. And after their huge win over Tyler last week.
With an opportunity to be 4-0 tonight?
Yeah, they play Grundy County tonight. Radio listeners, they play Grundy County tonight. If you can it's a home game. If you don't make it to the game, you can listen to it here on WUAT. Mike and Bradley will have the call. That's every week, every high school football game. Yeah, they're off to a great start.
Well, is Bradley able to?
He's back. He's feeling better now. Yeah.
Well, his wife, how is she?
They're all better now.
Oh, that's tremendous.
That's good. Yeah. So, but he'll be back tonight, and they'll be playing. Like I said, they'll be hosting Grundy County.
Grundy County.
And they're having senior night tonight too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're having it early.
We've got
That's all I know on that, but I was told that today.
We've got some leaders in the scoring columns of the Chattanooga paper.
Good.
I think maybe Cadillac Seaver and one more I heard about on the radio.
That's good.
Dan gave that report today, and I was listening. And it sounds to me like we've got talent.
Yeah.
And talent makes the coach look better.
It does, don't it? It sure helps a lot. It sure does. But like I said, they're off to a great start, so congratulations, and hope you guys keep up the good work. And now it is trivia time, Papa.
I knew I was here for some purpose. All right. The magic lamp occupant.
That would be, lives in a magic lamp, that'd be a genie.
A genie.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name?
One of them.
What was the name of the one that we had on television?
I Dream of Genie.
Genie, but who portrayed the
Barbara Eden.
Barbara Eden.
Mm-hmm.
I do that in my crossword puzzle.
Oh, okay.
They give me a clue, and it works out Barbara Eden.
Yeah.
A West Point student is called a
cadet.
Cadet. Boy, you're on a roll. A speeder's penalty.
Ticket.
A ticket. And how much is that ticket?
A lot.
Whatever, I think it's whatever he writes in.
It pretty much, yes.
Might have to do with the speed you're going. I don't really know.
Yeah, it can.
I've never received a speeding ticket.
Wow.
Never have. Now watch them catch me today for doing 40.
Yeah.
Do you know what the real speed limit in Pikeville is? It says 40.
I'm gonna plead the fifth.
But listen, several months ago, it came out in the local paper that it's going to be 20.
Oh, I do remember
here
that.
in town, but it's not posted.
It's not posted yet, so I don't think they can.
So when people see me creeping through town at 20, they go and tell Vicky and Paula.
They won't see you creeping through town. That's for sure.
I had my car washed this week.
Like a red streak of lightning going by.
Streak of lightning. I had my car washed this week.
Oh, did you?
And Vicky said today, she came down and had dinner at the house, and she said, Daddy, I believe they waxed it. I said, yeah, I believe my car's worth $500 now. Not blank to stand on. You don't have a blank to stand on.
Oh, a leg to stand on?
A leg to stand on.
Okay.
That's bad. That'd be a bad situation.
Definitely.
And if a man only has one leg, he'd really be in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You knew Bill Swearingen died, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, definitely.
Bill worked for me for many years in the meat department. He was a meat cutter. And Bill had to have one of his left foot removed because of the diabetes.
Yes.
And that's one reason I turned down the opportunity to be a substitute teacher this term, is because now I have diabetes.
Okay.
To go along with my congestive heart failure and old age and a lot of other problems. Having to put up with grandsons.
What was you going to say?
If you switch to low beam on your car, what have you done?
That's the next. Well, I do also want to give my condolences to Bill's family, though, because you worked with him for a long time.
The arrangements will be made at a later date.
Okay.
I don't know how to get in touch with Ann. Ann is one of the sweetest women I've ever known.
She is so nice.
And the daughters.
Melissa and Rachel.
They're sweet, talented.
Yeah.
But anyway, get back. Switch to low beam on your car. What have you done?
Low beam on my car.
This is your lights, and you
dim the lights.
You dimmed the light.
Okay.
You dimmed it. But with that, you are in perfect shape. If you are working at say McDonald's, and someone phones in an order to take out. What are the 2 words associated with orders that are called in?
Well, they're called call-in orders.
All right, but
Take out.
But it's.
Well,
I want a hamburger.
wait a minute. Okay, for one thing though, you don't call in McDonald's, so you give a bad example.
Pizza King, Pizza King, Pizza King.
Okay, so what?
I want an order.
I want to order of
Blank blank.
Yeah. What am I doing?
To go?
To go. You want an order to go.
Oh,
you don't want to
okay.
eat it there.
Well, what did I say? I don't even know what I said then.
Well, you didn't say to go.
No, I didn't, because somebody threw me off with McDonald's.
Now, I'm sure you took Spanish when you were in high school.
And I don't.
McDonald's?
I don't know how the clues come to me to use. I just write them down. It's not my fault.
Shoot.
You took Spanish in high school?
Yes, and I don't remember any of it.
The Mr. in Spanish is
Senor.
Senor. Senor.
Okay, I remember that one.
And what is the...
Senorita?
That's the Miss. What is the lady? The married woman.
I don't know. I don't know enough Spanish. Sonora.
The
Okay.
senorita is a young girl.
Okay. Senorita.
Okay. That was my next question, senorita. Last one. A whitish gem, usually in a ring, or I bought Carolyn one when we started going together in 1951. She put it on a necklace, a white gem. She made a necklace out of it.
What?
It's white. It's not gold. It's not silver.
They cut glass with it.
It's diamond?
Diamonds are not white.
They're
They're
not
clear.
white though. Oh yeah.
You might
that's
get
clear.
a cloudy diamond. Opal. An opal is white.
Yeah.
And I gave Carolyn one. I never will forget that. 1951. All the pictures I've got of her in school, she's got that floating opal around her neck.
I was about to say that. That's the only other thing I could think of was the opal.
She kept
But
that.
you said it before I could say it.
She kept that thing. I guess I've still got it at the house.
Oh, I'd say so.
I'm not going to give it to another woman.
Well, I would hope not, Papa.
She wouldn't like it.
Don't think so. Don't think so.
All right, that's all of the trivia, and you should be given a button.
I should, shouldn't I? I deserve a cookie for
You got
that.
any scissors?
Well, let's talk some sports.
Boy,
since sports is back now.
I have got some. Well, now last night, what happened last night in the NFL? Opening night.
I don't really know.
Kansas City Chiefs were the champions.
Defending champs.
They won. I don't know what the score was. but
Okay.
They won.
I didn't watch it.
Well, I didn't either. See, Patricia, and then not only Patricia, I had people ask me, how do you know so much about sports, Albert? And Patricia would say to me, Albert, you don't go to any of these sporting events. How do you know all you know? I said, I read.
Exactly.
In baseball, the Atlanta Braves are still on top. They're sporting a 26-18 record, and they're on top.
That's good.
While over in the Western Division of the NFL, my Dodgers are also on top with a record of 32-12.
Dang, they're having a real good year.
No other team in baseball can match that record.
Oh, they got the top record in the whole league. What about that? Your Dodgers.
Now, horse racing.
Horse racing. What horse race is going on?
Last Saturday in Kentucky, in Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, is the Kentucky Derby?
It was the Kentucky Derby, minus 150,000 fans.
Oh, I bet. Oh, wow.
But the Run for the Roses was number 146.
Wow.
That has been around for a long time.
It has.
And
that's the most popular one out
Well, it's billed as the greatest 2 minutes in sports.
Yeah.
Because the race only lasts about 2 minutes.
I know that. That's mind blowing. So many people go to something that just lasts 2 minutes.
But it is America's longest continually held sporting event.
Oh,
146 years in succession.
Wow.
But they did not play my old Kentucky home. No fans there.
Yeah.
You remember who wrote My Old Kentucky Home?
Of course I don't. I don't have a clue.
The same man that wrote Way Down Upon the Swanee River.
And who would that be?
Stephen Foster. Stephen Foster.
Oh.
Tis the Law was the one that was favored to win, but he had won the Belmont Stakes, and we got one more left in the Triple Crown. That's the Belmont Stakes is over, and now the Kentucky Derby's over. Now you got the Preakness coming up in Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, that's the one in Maryland. Okay.
That's the third leg of the Triple Crown.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be October the 3rd. There were only 16 horses that competed. I can't remember the name of the horse that won, but it was not Tis the Law.
So Tis the Law, the favorite didn't win.
No.
The favored horse. Okay.
Now football, Bledsoe County style. Last Friday, we beat a good
Timer.
team, but we beat them. We thrashed them.
Absolutely.
I don't understand what happened.
Well, I don't either. We played really good, and
But to score 42 points against a team ranked number 4 in the state and only defensively only allow 13, we've got a good team. Or Tyner, it was overrated, one or the other.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're standing at 3-0 with a chance now tonight with Grundy County as our opponent, with all of the sports writers on the Chattanooga Times Free Press.
Yeah, they're going to pick Bledsoe
Going
now.
for Bledsoe, voting, yay, they'll win.
That's right.
I don't remember us being 4-0, but won't it be a nice feeling?
We may have been at some point over the years, but it's been a while. But we've not been this good in quite some time, though. And this is a young team as well.
Well,
this is a young Bledsoe County team. A lot of the players are juniors and sophomores, so
are we allowing all the fans that want to attend? It's not like
yeah, you can attend.
Now, like that football game last night, the NFL, they were only allowing 16 or 17,000 fans to be there because
they're doing that in NFL college, but
social distancing.
I know, but I don't think they're doing that on high school though. I really don't.
But we got 461 yards of offense and held them to 62. They only got 2 first downs in the whole ball game. There's something wrong.
That's
something wrong with them or something right with us.
Exactly.
Might be a combination.
Maybe a little of both, but either way you look at it, man, that's a huge win for Bledsoe County. Huge win.
Harmon Keith, our quarterback, gave us 160 yards. That's tremendous.
That is.
Cadillac got 133 yards. If you've got 2 men like that can produce, instead of depending on one player to do all your running.
And neither one of them are seniors. Neither one of them are.
And Robeck got 93 yards. Some of these players are averaging 8 yards a carry.
And we apologize to the viewers and listeners because we will not be able to control that. It's an emergency test going off.
I got a phone call a while ago.
They're always fun, I tell you. Got an Amber Alert.
Did you read where they found that woman?
Here in Bledsoe, wasn't it? Or is it Ray County? Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Stone Mountain, Georgia. He must travel fast.
I don't know why we're getting one on that since it's Stone Mountain, Georgia, but okay.
They might be covering all the possible territory that the person would flee.
Apparently so.
It's not going to be hard to find. He's wearing a dress. That's what she said.
Well, he shouldn't be very hard to find.
He's wearing a dress. That's what I heard. Maybe this old guy here.
Maybe. Okay. Well, yeah. He'll stick out like a sore thumb, then you would think, wouldn't he, Papa?
All right.
All right, back to sports now. Sorry for the interruption.
In golf.
In golf, good old golf.
The PGA Tour Championship was fought last weekend. And when the dust settled, Dustin Johnson, the number 1 ranked player in the world and seeded number 1, won the tournament. And it was the last tourney of the year, and their season started. The new season started back yesterday. But this win earned him in the FedEx Cup $15 million.
Good Lord. Man,
But now listen, that gave him 23 career wins, which is no easy.
Not too shabby at all.
But the second place winner got $4.5 million. That ain't bad.
That's not too shabby either. I would be okay with that.
In tennis,
The U.S. Open's been going on.
I watched as Novak was disqualified,
Yeah,
and I was stunned. I watched him hit that ball, and I did not think he hit it that hard, but he hit that linesman or lineswoman in the throat.
Yeah.
And after a 10-minute dialogue between the officials and Novak, they told him to take a hike.
A top-ranked player in the world got kicked out of a tournament. Yeah, that's
not just
crazy.
a tournament.
Yeah,
that's the U.S. Open.
Yeah, a major. Yeah,
and he needed that, and he providing he won.
Yeah,
isn't he He got number 18.
Yeah, I mean he's not too far behind Federer and Nadal, so of course he's chasing history too.
Well,
I was stunned too.
I think one of them has 23, one of them 19.
Yeah, he
has
third.
18.
Or he's going for 18, I think.
Maybe he's going for 18.
But
anyway,
I couldn't believe that. I mean, he clearly didn't mean to do it.
Well, but the article says he angrily hit the ball. He had angrily hit one prior to this one.
Yeah.
But this did not seem to be an anger to me. But he had lost a point.
I just thought I don't know. Yeah, it was a crazy situation there.
But he was the number 1 seed and the number 1 ranked player in the world, and that cut no ice with the officials. In their opinion, it was an angry outburst, and they would not tolerate that.
No.
And particularly if an official got hurt.
Yeah, it's worth it. I think that's a lot.
Which did happen. And Serena is still going.
Yeah, I hope she...
Osaka won. I watched that last night.
Yeah, she's good.
Boy, let me tell you, she had to really hustle to get that third set. She's having to go 3 sets to get her wins. But it looks like, well, we don't know how Williams will come out. But
yeah, I'm trying to think how many's left. There's about... Are they down to the quarterfinals?
Well, she's in the
semifinals now. Okay.
And see, Osaka's waiting now.
Okay.
She's waiting for the opponent to be in the finals.
Wow, and those two met in a very controversial final a few years ago. Where Serena lost her cool. Talking about losing their cools, and she flipped out.
Well, Serena's playing today. And she's after her 24th Grand Slam.
Oh yeah, I mean she'll break. She'll tie the all-time record.
I watched her play Thursday, and she served 20 aces.
Well, good.
I don't think she's ever done that before.
That's insane. That's a lot.
I can remember a feeling of elation back in my day when I played tennis. It tickled me to death to serve an ace. I only served about 2 in my whole life, I guess.
It does make you feel good. It's just not an easy thing to do.
Okay, basketball. Tennessee's head coach's name is Rick Barnes. And he received a commitment this week from a small forward. His name is Jamal Meshach. He's out of California. Okay. And he is the number 16 rated small forward in the country.
This is basketball or
Barnes?
Yeah, well, 16th rated small forward or 16th high school player? Is he an All-American?
16th rated among small forwards.
Oh, okay.
He's the number 92 overall pick.
Okay, still, okay, that'd be a good 4-star at least. Yeah, still a good pickup,
But
man.
the schools that were after him were Arizona, Arkansas, California, Louisville, Oklahoma, and Texas.
Well, big-time schools
Sounded
after
to me
him.
like he was a well sought-after
He
asset
was.
to a team.
He was, obviously.
All
Well,
right.
I guess, I mean, he's still a 4-star athlete. He's in the top 100 overall, so that's a good recruit.
Now, something else happened today. I saw this in the paper this morning. Tennessee has put out a bobblehead of Smokey.
I didn't
Now
know
listen,
that.
it's not just a regular bobblehead.
Oh,
We have won 6 national championships starting way back in the 1930s.
okay.
1938, 1940,
The last one was 98.
1959, 1951, 1950, 1951, 1967, and the last one was 1998.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with that being the last year we won, they only are making 1,998 bobbleheads.
Okay.
Don't you know that of the Tennessee Balniacs that's smacking at the lips to get one of those, no telling what, it did not tell you what they're going to sell for.
Oh.
But they
They'll
are
tell
not going to make any more.
Wow.
1,998 of them. And by the way, it said that in this article, it said, did you know Tennessee began playing in 1891.
Did not know that.
They
Did
won
not know
6
that.
national titles. They won 16 conference titles. They are 3rd in bowl appearances with 52.
Mm-hmm.
They are 6th in bowl victories with 28. And they have 464 wins at home. No other school can match that.
Wow.
We are number 1 in victories in Neyland State.
Oh, wow. How many again?
464 total wins since 1891.
Wow.
But that's still good.
That's real good because, you know, football doesn't have as many games as a lot of other sports. So, actually, that's a lot.
Now, that's all I have in sports.
Well, all righty then.
Trivia in sports, that's over.
Wow.
Done.
I don't even know what to think about that then. All right, folks. That means coming up after the break, Albertology. That's coming up next right here on the Albert and Billy Show.
Yes.
I'll take care of lunch today, Dylan. Oh, no, I lost my debit card.
Hey, use that new Mountain Valley Bank app we got. You know, Card Valet. You can freeze your card so nobody can use it till you find it.
That's a good idea, Dylan. Where was the last place I used my debit card?
I don't know. Hurry up. I can't stay until I hear error. I feel like I'm doing the mannequin challenge. I'm gonna end up with lockjaw. Thank God.
The app freezes my debit card, Dylan, not you.
Oh.
Ben Buckner here, General Manager of Victory Pre-Owned of Dunlap. I'm here to let everyone know that Victory offers a full-service garage open to the public. Our mechanics are ASE certified and locally known and have over 20 years of experience. From our $29.95 oil change to complete car care, no job is too big or too small. Come in and check us out. 15480 Rankin Avenue, right in the middle of Dunlap, Tennessee.
Dana Thompson and her family just finished construction on their second new home with River Valley Ag Credit. Side by side, we ensured they got a quality, lasting home. You see, Dana and Brady have 2 daughters who rely on them.
And we rely on River Valley Ag Credit.
Rely on River Valley Ag Credit, serving Western Kentucky and Tennessee farmers for decades.
Lending support for generations. River Valley Ag Credits.
Areas of the map represent completed fiber-ready projects. From the Fiber Foundation, we are currently building what is known as the last mile, fiber to the home, which connects every member with an individual fiber connection, allowing them to choose the broadband services with unlimited data usage and speeds up to 1 gigabit per second for their home or business. In 2008, Bledsoe Telephone Cooperative began designing and building all new service areas as fiber to the home. A hybrid network design proved to be the most cost-efficient for the last phases of the network foundation in the most sparsely populated areas. Connecting our most remote members with an individual fiber connection during this phase of the network upgrade is why some of our most rural areas became fiber-ready before our towns, which is shown with these highlighted areas. Other fiber-to-the-home areas highlighted here have been built to meet business needs for our customers who signed up for broadband services with unlimited data usage and speeds of 100 megabit and 1 gigabit per second to conduct business from their homes. Bledsoe Telephone Cooperative is here to serve the members. Our current projects in Pikeville and Dunlap have the distribution fiber already in place in all of Pikeville and a large portion of Dunlap, setting for timely installs as members in these areas sign up for faster broadband packages now. Our most ambitious fiber-to-the-home project, outlined in orange, is currently underway in Dunlap, a complete cutover which connects every customer on an individual fiber connection as the distribution fiber is being placed. Better broadband and video services can then be added, often with just a call to the office. Bledsoe Telephone Cooperative, building the best network in the world, right here in the Sequatchie Valley.
Have you ever gotten a phone call from a number that looks suspiciously like your own? It has your area code, the first 3 digits are the same as your own number, so you answer it.
Hi, this is Jessica. You've just won a free vacation to the Bahamas.
Don't worry, you're not the only one getting these calls. Tens of thousands of Americans report that they receive these every day from similar numbers. So what are they? They're a specific type of robocall. Typical robocalls are pre-recorded messages, usually for political campaigns, public announcements, and yes, telemarketing. Your run-of-the-mill robocall will be from a randomized number, but now, telemarketers are using a technique called neighbor spoofing. That's what makes the number look similar to yours. The idea is that, well, if the first few numbers look like your own phone number, you'll answer. You may think it's from a relative, an old friend from your hometown, your kid's school, or a neighbor. And robocalling is a lucrative business. Some pretend they're the IRS. Some pretend it's a down payment for a vacation giveaway. In fact, a robocall center uncovered in India in 2016 was found to be generating around $150,000 every day from American consumers. It's estimated that people received around 2.5 billion robocalls per month in 2016. So, are these robocalls illegal? Well, robocalls made by computerized autodialers, they're illegal. They call randomly inputted phone numbers at high speeds. But not all robocalls are illegal. Back in 1991, when telemarketing calls were becoming more prevalent, the Federal Communications Commission created the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. It's been amended many times with the evolving technology of phones, and currently it differentiates legal robocalls from illegal ones. Here's a list of rules that businesses that want to make robocalls need to follow. But the act still hasn't prevented illegal robocalls from happening. In an August 2017 press release, the Federal Trade Commission said that robocalls are its #1 complaint, with more than 1.9 million complaints made within the first 5 months of 2017. The FTC is sending all complaints and attached phone numbers to cell phone carriers and app developers to create better countermeasures. But what are some things you can do to stop robocalls? To start, keep your number to yourself. Don't offer your number if signups or registrations for business services don't require you to. Second, sign up for the National Do Not Call Registry. This registry, set up by the FTC in 2003, won't block all robocalls, but it will block a majority of them. And registration is free. Finally, if you end up getting a robocall, let it go to voicemail. The TCPA states legal robocalls must provide a toll-free callback number to opt out, which you can call immediately after. If the call doesn't leave a voicemail, it may be an illegal robocall, so file a complaint with the FTC on their website. And if you're still getting harassed by what looks like your own number, there are several apps that you can use to block calls, such as No Mo Robo or Calls Blacklist.
Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show here on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube. Thanks to our sponsor, Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance. Go see Frank, Susan, and Sadie. You guys see Sadie too now. Scotty's, right here in downtown Pikeville, home of the Scotty Burger. We'll thank the offices of Emma Boynton, Lisa Wheeler, and Michael Walker. Thank you. Farm Bureau Insurance. Go see Matt Massengale and his friendly staff for all your insurance needs. They're right by Putnam Reed Funeral Home in South Pikeville. Pikeville Family Dentistry, which is not far from us right here, are they?
Hop, skip, and a jump.
There you go. So is the loon. Maybe not even. Maybe it's just a hop and a skip. Right?
There you go, Billy. You picked up on that.
And Mag's Auto Sales also, and then Nickel Row Antiques, which is a fairly new business, right? It's here with us at the radio station. And you guys need to check it out. They're open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday every week. And it's different vendors set up. It's not just one store. It's
quite a selection.
Yeah. A huge selection of things. So come check it out. It's open every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Nickel Row Antiques. You won't regret it. There's some nice stuff here.
Do you know what time they open?
I don't know for sure. That's why
they close at 5, do they?
Yeah, and I'd say they're here by, I think 10 to 5 is what it is. That's a little bit of a guess, but I think that's what it is. All right, Papa, it's time for Albertology.
Ah, you finally got around to me.
Yeah, finally, right?
I don't know if you are aware of it or not, Billy, but something happened on this day back in 911.
Today's not. Oh my gosh, how did I forget that?
Today is the 19th anniversary of 911.
I can't believe I forgot, though. That's crazy. That is crazy.
There's an article.
I remember that day very vividly, very well.
There's an article in the paper about it today. I remember standing in the kitchen, and Carolyn always had the news on. And so I'm just standing there not paying really much attention because the news, you hear it today and same old maybe.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden,
of course we weren't expecting that.
I see an airplane
I did
just
too.
Literally smack into a tall story brick and mortar building.
Yeah. I didn't know you saw it live too. I did too, and I could not believe what was happening.
I could not. Could not.
It's like it doesn't register. You're in shock.
Devastation, because there's a pilot on that plane. There are passengers on that plane.
Lots
and it looked like there was no knowledge of that building being there, and they just at the rate they were going, they just kept right on going and plowed right into that building. And then
it was so crazy to see.
It happened again.
Yep. Yeah, I remember. I think I was watching the Today Show, and I had just woke up, and so I kind of thought, well, is this a dream? I mean, I remember thinking that because it's not every day you see a plane run into a building like that.
Oh.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I remember them on that show being shook up, of course, but they didn't know for sure what was going on yet when that one hit. But then when the second one hit, they knew. We all knew that. You know, it was
devastation is a word that came to my mind.
That's definitely a good word for it.
It killed a bunch of people in the plane, of course,
and in the towers. But
think of the first responders down on the street.
Yeah.
The debris, the rubble, all of this is happening, and I thought, well, I didn't see that. This.
I know. I remember thinking that too. This cannot be real. And I remember it was a few minutes in between, and they were kind of thinking, well, maybe it wasn't just a crash, but it wasn't too long before the second one hit. You know. And
well, according to the paper this morning, there were 3,000 lives that were lost.
Oh yeah.
And can you imagine these people on that plane were thrust into eternity, ready or not?
I know.
They were, it was over in seconds.
I know.
Every person on that plane, of course, had to die.
I remember the plane, the final one, Flight 93. Now, those passengers knew they were going to die, but they went down, you'd have to say as heroes, because they fought back.
Okay,
and caused him to crash into the field
in Shanksville, Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
there's a memorial service there too.
Good, yeah.
But here's what.
It's because they used the phone and talked to some family members, and they told them what was going on.
Yeah.
So that flight had the advantage of knowing what was going on, and they fought back.
But the Twin Towers were hit by the two planes. What happened to the Pentagon?
Yeah, the third one hit the Pentagon. Sure did.
Okay.
I never really heard for sure where the fourth one was going to hit. I've heard a lot of people say the White House. I think that's the target.
That was the fourth one.
So
that's
they saved the White House.
By the way.
Yeah, they did, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't hit the White House.
Yeah.
That's the reason they're having that memorial there in that field. So that's where the plane crashed.
Exactly.
Instead of taking lives, it was just the lives on the plane.
Exactly. And those people, they knew they were going to die, but they weren't going to let them kill, thousands more innocent people.
They made that choice.
They did.
To save lives by giving their life.
Yeah.
Well.
And that's a hero.
All right. I wrote down some things.
Okay.
I was the monitor at the Hot Lunch for 7 years. It bothered me that students did not know what happened on December the 7th, 1941.
Well, yeah.
It bothered me.
So they weren't learning it in school.
Well, it's evidently not being taught.
Yeah.
It bothered me that no one knew what happened. Who decided to begin atomic warfare.
Yeah.
I went into his home. I went into his museum, and Harry S. Truman said the buck stops here. He made the decision to drop that first atomic bomb and the second one.
He did.
And we were introduced to atomic warfare because of Harry S. Truman.
Yeah.
But anyway,
he may have felt like he didn't have another choice in that matter, though. It was really
the
bad
thing
war.
about it is, dropping the first atomic bomb did not bring Japan to their knees.
No, they had to do it to Tokyo
There had to be a second bomb drop. Hiroshima and Nagasaki both had to incur the wrath of the atomic bomb.
Oh, that's right. They were going to hit Tokyo. Is that what it was? If they hadn't
Tokyo was going to be our next objective.
That's what. Okay.
Offensively.
Yeah.
And Harry S. Truman decided the loss of life will be worse than Iwo Jima, worse than any of the Pacific Islands that we had to take back. And so he made that decision.
Yeah.
It was interesting going through his home and going through his museum.
I'm sure.
But let me tell you what,
it's a very historic decision he made.
Yes. But now the paper said this morning there were 3,000 lives lost total.
9/11.
With 350 of them being first responders.
Yeah.
But this came off of Facebook today.
Okay.
Listen to what it says. On this night, 19 years ago, 246 people went to sleep in preparation for their morning flights.
Yeah.
2,606 people went to sleep in preparation for work in the morning. 343 firefighters went to sleep in preparation for their morning shift. 60 police officers went to sleep in preparation for morning patrol. 8 paramedics went to sleep in preparation for the morning shift. None of them, 3,203, saw past 10 a.m. on September the 11th, 2001.
Yeah, I mean, it was an early attack for sure. It all happened first thing in the morning. I remember that.
That is so sad. Like I say,
I still remember that so clearly. I mean, it don't seem like 19 years ago, but I remember that so clearly.
I was thinking of the word devastation, and
it was.
I didn't know what else to write.
That's a good way to describe it.
Here's one sentence that one of the survivors, one of the sons of one of the first responders said.
Okay.
I fear that we are losing the commitment to never forget.
Yeah.
He's afraid that after 19 years,
people may start to forget.
You know, one big difference today, they're not going to read off all those names of everybody that got
and they did do that for a few years.
Well, they've been doing it every year until this year.
Wow.
But anyway, that's something that
that don't need to be forgot, because that was a huge event. The biggest thing that's happened in my lifetime so far as things like that go.
Well, one thing about December the 7th, 1941, as long as that battleship is at the bottom of the ocean there, and people still go as tourists to Hawaii, they're going to get to see.
True. Yeah.
A memento of World War II beginning.
That's true. Well, with 9/11, you do have tourists go to ground. They call it Ground Zero now.
There are twin lights now instead of the twin towers.
Yeah, I know. It's just an eerie, sad feeling, isn't it? Even thinking about it all these years later, it was just a horrible day.
All right. I have an article about Jeopardy.
Jeopardy, all right.
Alex Trebek is 80 years old.
And isn't he really sick, but he's still doing the show?
He's in stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
That's amazing he's still doing it.
And still taking treatments.
Wow.
But he does not look 80 years old.
No.
He does not act like he's 80 years old.
No. He may a little more now since he's sick, I don't know, but no.
I can't tell. But anyway.
That's amazing.
They're going to have a redesigned Jeopardy that is being, I think September the 14th is going to be the first night.
Okay.
Well, today's the 11th, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's September the 14th. They're going to have a new season opening up. And they're going to use their all-time champ that won 74 times. His name is Ken Jennings. They're going to put him on board as a producer, consultant.
Wow.
You would have to use somebody that smart as a consultant, it would seem to me, because he won 74 times and everything you threw at him.
He was amazing on there, yeah. I remember that name, Ken Jennings. He dominated.
He did. But he's going to have his own video categories that he will ask the question.
Really?
Yes. And one thing that I got out of this article, by them bringing Jennings on board to be a consultant, to have an active role in what questions will be asked, it seems, in reading between the lines, and this author of this article, her name is Nardine Saad, S-A-A-D.
Okay.
She says that Ken Jennings is evidently the heir apparent for Alex Trebek.
Well, that's what I was thinking that you was going to say. I was reading between the lines, as you said, and it does sound like they're grooming him to be the host when.
Isn't stage 4 the last stage?
Yeah, I mean, some people, not a lot, but there have been people that have survived stage 4.
Well,
though.
Alex says, I feel good. I want the opportunity to get out of the house.
Yeah.
But
maybe his treatment's really working good or something.
While they've had the hiatus about the pandemic and everything,
well, he's probably got.
He wrote a book. I was about
to say he's probably got rest during that time, and he wrote a dang book.
It's a memoir of his life. But the name of the book is The Answer Is. The reflections on his life.
Well, my answer to most of those questions on that show is I don't know.
Well, you know, Patricia and I would watch.
Yeah, y'all did. Wheel of Fortune, y'all watched that. Now I'm better at that game.
But when Jeopardy came on, buddy, we watched Jeopardy.
Really? I mean, I'm not saying I don't like the show, but man, it's hard. Some of the questions are just really tough.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you I got every one of them right.
Yeah, I know better than that.
I was fortunate if I got one right.
I know it.
But anyway, I got Patricia where she would help me work crossword puzzles.
Oh, okay.
She had a lot of common sense.
Well, that's good.
Reminded me a lot of Carolyn.
Well, that's good too. That's good too.
I always thought Carolyn had more common sense than anybody in the world.
She definitely had more than you.
Hey, let me tell you. Thanks, Billy.
It took you a minute to catch that one, didn't it, Darryl?
Let me ask you a question. If I don't have common sense, do I have any book sense?
You definitely have that, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I'm just aggravated.
Well, thanks.
What day do we vote? November 4th?
November 3rd. Oh, I got you. But speaking of common sense, this is unknown as to who says this. But listen.
Oh, okay.
And I did not know this was what I was going to pick up. We were talking about that.
It's a cryptic quote, crypto
quote, and I work this every day.
All right.
Common sense is the knack of seeing things as they are and doing things as they ought to be done.
Okay.
That's common sense.
Okay, I've never really heard it broke down like that and described.
Let me tell you what I would do. I taught Sunday school for many, many years. Mm-hmm. And Carolyn and I were married 60 years and 7 months and 10 days and 4 hours. Mm-hmm. And I would use Carolyn as a sounding board about twice a week in my study. Mm-hmm. And I would have ideas that I thought about the lesson, and I would bounce them off her to see how she reacted and how she responded.
That would be a good sounding board.
And let me tell you, she would have a better idea than my idea, so I went with her.
Yeah.
All right, here's a celebrity cipher.
Okay.
This is another puzzle that I work every day.
Yeah.
You know Julia Roberts?
Well, yeah.
Very famous person.
She's pretty famous, yeah.
So these are things that they say, and they're worth listening to.
Okay, let's hear it.
We've all been broken at some point. Mm-hmm. Forgiving ourselves or another person helps us move forward. One of the most beautiful words in the English language is forgive and forgiveness. But it's one of the hardest words to put into practice.
I know.
Because if you hurt me, I'm going to get even. That's our attitude most of the time.
Revenge, or you don't forgive them.
Now, you know who Derek Jeter is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Derek Jeter was active until, what, 3 years ago?
Yeah, very recently.
Very recently. Here's what Derek Jeter says.
Okay.
when you put a lot of hard work into one goal and you achieve it, that's a really good feeling. He felt like at the end of his career that he had worked hard, and buddy, let me tell you, he was the only person, or Rivera, that got 100% of the votes into the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
That's something.
That's saying something then. He was good though. He was that good.
All
he
right.
really was.
The most Pikeville's not in this. The most educated cities in America.
Well, let's hear them.
Listen, I can't believe Tennessee's not in here.
No, dang it, really?
Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Ann Arbor, okay.
That's
where the University of Michigan is.
College
Okay.
town.
Yeah.
San Jose, California. I don't understand California.
No.
Washington, D.C. That's a think tank.
Yeah.
We send the smartest people in our country there to govern our affairs.
I'm not surprised that that's on there. Okay.
Durham, North Carolina.
That's where Duke University is.
And you know what? Duke's a Baptist university.
Yeah, it is.
But you know what they call them? The Duke Blue Devils.
Yeah, I didn't understand. I never understood that part. For a Baptist Christian school to have
got to figure that one
mascot, yeah.
And lastly, San Francisco.
Okay.
That's one of the most liberal cities in the United States, and I don't understand how they...
Oh, absolutely. But I didn't know it would be on... What was that again? Most educated cities?
Most educated.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you something. When I was a boy, on Saturdays, the movie would be a Western.
Yeah.
You had a matinee in the afternoon, and the same movie would be shown that night.
And the theater was here in town, wasn't it?
Right next door.
Right next door.
Right next door is where the theater was. Now, when I was a young boy, it was down on Cumberland Avenue. That building is gone. It's only 11 cents to get in down there. And when they moved up here, I had to pay 14 cents.
Well, I tell you what, I'd be mad, I tell you. That big whopping 14 cents for a movie.
But they would put up posters of coming attractions.
Yeah.
And dumb, stupid me, I could have taken any one of those posters and saved them, and they would have been worth some money.
I know.
But anyway, I want to tell you why the Western movies, why they seem so real to us.
Okay.
Because you know it was not real.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But let me tell you something. Westerns are still popular on television.
Yeah, they do have that.
Do you know who Clint Eastwood is?
Well, yeah. He's pretty famous too.
I can train that. Clint Eastwood played on radio.
And a lot of others. I mean, he's in so many. I couldn't tell you how many he's in.
Train. But anyway, I can go back to Buster.
John Wayne.
I can go back to Buster Crabbe, and I can go back to Cisco Kid, and I can go back to Zorro, and I can go back to Charles Starrett, Durango Kid, and Gene Autry and Roy Rogers. When they came on the scene, they were big names.
Well, obviously so, yeah.
But I mean, a lot of them are just B-grade movies. But anyway, I want to tell you about why some of the Westerns stuck.
Okay, let's hear your theory on that.
To begin with, some of the early explorers of the West were Daniel Boone, Kit Carson, and Davy Crockett.
There's another
those are three of the best known frontiersmen.
Definitely.
Two of those will die at the Alamo in defending the Alamo against
is that
Santa
Davy
Anna.
Crockett or is it Daniel Boone that died at the Alamo?
Daniel Boone did not die. Davy Crockett and Kit Carson.
Okay.
Everybody at the Alamo died.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Santa Anna had about 10,000 Mexican people that did not want Texas to be around. In 1867, there was a gun duel by Bill Hickok and David Tutt, and this was the invention of the showdown. It's always out in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
And they face off.
Oh, yeah.
And there's the showdown.
They used to have, they're in all the old westerns.
That was in 1867.
Gosh.
In 1881, in Tombstone, Arizona, the most famous moment in the history of the West, the gunfight at the OK Corral was between the Earp brothers and a bunch of outlaws.
Yep.
But that has been a movie, well, they made a movie in 1957. It's been around for a long time.
What was it called?
The gunfight at the OK Corral.
So, okay. And that's literally what happened.
In 1883, Buffalo Bill Cody
I've heard of
started
him.
his Wild West show, and he traveled for 30 years all over the world.
Wow.
Just horses and people riding horses and doing tricks with the ropes.
Yeah.
Lassos and everything.
Okay, so it was entertainment.
All right. The Virginian was a novel that came out in 1902.
Gosh, I didn't know that.
Sold more than 1 million copies between 2 and 20.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
And then it became a TV series.
Oh, okay.
And a film was made of it 6 different times. That's how Gary Cooper got his start.
Really?
In 1929. These are days when there was silent movies.
Okay, I was about to say, when did the TV and movies, theaters come about? So
in 1928, the Cisco Kid came to the front, and the first person that played him was Warren Baxter. Of course, I don't remember that. I wasn't born.
Oh, yeah.
But he won an Oscar.
Did he?
Then came along after him Gilbert Roland, Duncan Ronaldo, and Ronaldo is the one that brought it to television in 1950, and the Cisco Kid was on for 56 series.
Wow.
It was popular.
Yeah, because that's another one that I've heard of. That I probably shouldn't have. It was so long ago, but yeah, I've heard of that.
Okay. Bronco Billy, I don't remember him. He came along in 1909. But in the next 6 years, he made 300 Western movies. That's 50 a year.
Good Lord, that's a lot.
Bronco Billy, I don't ever remember seeing anything about him at all.
That's a shame considering how much work he done.
But now this
that's
one...
That's a lot of movies, Papa.
Here's where it gets interesting to you.
Okay.
There was a man, 20 years old, named Marion Morrison, and he was working as a prop man on a movie set.
Mm-hmm.
The director of the movie, and I don't know what movie he was directing, his name was John Ford.
Okay.
He saw that prop man named Marion Morrison. He converted him into John Wayne.
That's right.
And John Wayne's swagger of a walk and his term Pilgrim has survived a long time.
It has.
And probably he's more popular on television now than the other fellow we were talking about.
Clint Eastwood?
I'd say John Wayne's more popular than Clint Eastwood.
Probably. He's not any less popular, that's for sure. Yeah. And that's 2 of your most famous people that were in Westerns, definitely.
I would say you're right.
Yeah.
But now Roy Rogers and Gene Autry.
Well, them too, yeah.
Gene Autry came along with a horse named Champion, and he's the one that gave us Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That's true. Yeah. And he sings the song, doesn't he?
He was good. And Gene Autry on one of the baseball teams back earlier in life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got into baseball. But anyway, in 1991, the first Western Best Picture was when Kevin Costner played Dances with the Wolves. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie. And I have not saw that in a good while.
And then Clint Eastwood came along with Unforgiven.
Yeah, that's a good one too. That's a good one too.
All right, do you have time for some Reader's Digest?
Yeah, well, if they're jokes, I do. Yeah.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. Here's a man at a car dealership.
New self-driving vehicles. Okay.
Self-driving. And so this man's wanting to buy one, and the car salesman says to him, if you fall behind on payments, it drives itself back. Now that's a joke.
That's pretty good.
Listen to this one. When the box with my Halloween costume arrived, it was empty. I called the company and asked where my Maid Marian costume was. We're sorry, ma'am. We'll send you your costume tomorrow. In the meantime, feel free to keep the Lady Godiva costume we sent you.
Oh.
Lady Godiva.
She just couldn't find it.
At Camp Lejeune, there was an officer who was hated.
Okay.
Everybody hated him.
Everybody hated him.
So one day, I called the training center, and a guy with the same last name as him answered.
Okay.
That's a unique name, I said. Do you have a relative in the Marines? Yes, he said. Lieutenant Colonel blank blank is my cousin.
Okay.
And I tried to think of something pleasant to say about him, and the man on the other end line said, don't worry, I hate him too. Nothing like being honest.
Yeah, nobody liked him.
My mother was browsing in the store when a saleswoman offered assistance.
Okay.
And Mom admitted she didn't have anything in particular in mind. She was just browsing.
Yeah.
So the two women started chatting.
Okay.
The woman quickly learned that Mom was retired. So she was interested, and she confessed that she too was considering retirement.
Yeah.
So Mom immediately started telling her how much she enjoyed it, no longer working, and how the saleswoman would enjoy it too. So finally, convinced by Mom's conversation and enthusiasm, she said, well, how long have you been retired? Well, today's my first day. Oh.
I don't think they were expecting that answer, were they?
Today's my first day. I'm looking forward to the day I get old enough to retire.
I know what I'll tell you. Maybe you can in another 20 years.
What the hell you have to be? The Mayflower arrives at Plymouth Harbor.
Okay.
What did one turkey say to the other when they saw the pilgrims?
There's no telling.
They look nice. Maybe they'll invite us over for dinner. These are pretty good, Billy. These are pretty good.
Yeah, they'll invite you over for dinner, all right. You'll be the main course.
I think Benjamin Franklin wanted the turkey to be the national bird instead of the eagle. I believe that's true.
Yeah.
A poodle and a collie are walking down the street.
Okay.
When the poodle suddenly confides to his friend, my life is a mess. My owner is mean. My girlfriend is having an affair with a German Shepherd, and I'm as nervous as a hamster. Why don't you see a psychiatrist? Suggested the collie.
The dog.
I can't, says the poodle. I'm not allowed on the couch. A dog's life.
That's pretty good.
A dog's life. A North Korean defector moves into an apartment in Chicago.
Okay.
And his new neighbor asks what his apartment back home was like.
Oh, wow. There's no telling.
It was perfect, the defector says. I could not complain. What about your job? Oh, my old job was perfect. I could not complain. And the food? Oh, the food was perfect. I could not complain.
Everything was perfect.
So if everything was perfect in North Korea, why did you move here?
There you go.
Well, here I can complain.
I like that one
too. Two men are hiking through the woods.
Okay.
When one of them cries out, "Snake, run!" His companion laughs at him and says, "Oh, relax. It's only a baby. Can't you hear the rattle?"
Shoot. What an idiot.
That would be me.
Okay, that guy's an idiot. One more. Let's hear one more.
In college, a friend set me up on a blind date.
Uh-oh.
I wasn't in a great mood because I had received a traffic ticket just a few hours before. We were talking about speeding tickets.
We were, yeah.
My day got worse when my blind date turned out to be the cop who'd given me the tickets.
Well, maybe that got her out of the ticket then.
All right, is that all you want? Is that all you want?
Yeah, that's, we'll have to do some, of yours next week, too. Well, if you got any more, yeah, you got some new material. I remember us talking about that.
We'll do that.
So next week we'll have that. All right, folks. Well, thanks for joining us today, listening to us here on WUAT Radio, and watching us on Channel 18 Valley TV, and of course YouTube. Join us next time for another edition of the Albert and Billy Show. Have a great weekend, everyone.
See you later, folks.
Brought to you by Bledsoe Telephone Cooperative, your full-service telecommunications provider right here in the Sequatchie Valley.